Hey guys, it's Maundy Thursday or Monday. I'm not real sure how you say it or pronounce it, so we're just going to go with that. But I do know what it means, and what Maundy Thursday is Maundy means command, and this is when Jesus gave a command to his disciples to love other people the way that he loves them, and the way that he's showing them that is through the Last Supper. This is the last time that Jesus will dine with his disciples, and it's when he washes their feet and all those different stories that you hear of things that go on there. And this is also when Judas is going to betray Jesus. So that's where we're going to pick up today in Matthew chapter 26. We're going to start in verse 17 and read through verse 29. So verse 17 starts off, it says, "Now on the first day of the feast of the unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying to him, 'Where do you want us to prepare for you to eat the Passover?' And he said, 'Go into the city to a certain man, and say to him, the teacher says, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples.' So the disciples did as Jesus had directed them, and they prepared the Passover. When evening had come, he sat down with the 12. Now as they were eating, he said, 'Assuredly I say to you, one of you will betray me.' And they were exceedingly sorrowful, for each of them began to say to him, 'Lord, is it I?' He answered and said, 'He who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me. The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written of him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been good for that man if he had not been born.' Then Judas, who was betraying him, answered and said, 'Rabbi, is it I?' He said to him, 'You have said it.' And as they were eating, Jesus took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to the disciples and said, 'Take, eat, this is my body.' Then he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, 'Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink of this fruit of the vine from now on until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.'" So we see here that Jesus says to him, "One of y'all is going to betray me." And they all begin to ask among themselves and ask Jesus, is it going to be me? Am I the one that's doing it? And Jesus says, the one that's done it is already sat here as a friend of mine and put his hand in the bowl with me and ate together. And Judas, knowing he's the one that's already made a deal to betray Jesus, says, "Rabbi, is it I?" That shows you just how much he questioned the deity of Christ, because if he knew who Christ really was, if he really believed that Christ was God incarnate, the Son of God, he would have known that Jesus knew he was the one doing it. But he asked, he said, "Am I the one?" And Jesus said, "It's you. You've said it." And guys, this is where we get the Lord's Supper, is what we call it in our church. Some of you may call it, something else, but that's what we call it. And it's symbolic. When Christ says, here, he broke the bread, take and eat, this is my body. That's a symbol of the brokenness, what he's going to endure over the next few days before his crucifixion, and what he did for us, with the suffering that he took for us. Then he says, "Take the wine, drink, it's my blood," and that's the blood that he's going to shed on the cross of Calvary for us. The Bible tells us that without death there is no remission of sin. Something has to give its life. And Christ was that sacrifice, that offering that God made. And his blood is what covers us. It's what hides the sin or washes away the sins that we commit. He took all that because he was perfect. He's the only perfect sacrifice, guys. So thank y'all for joining me again tonight. We'll reach out again to you tomorrow on Friday night. Remember, we love you. God bless you. Y'all keep praying.